The PS1 has an extensive library of over 2,800 games. Out of all those games, we will look at 10 of the very best games according to both reviewers and gamers. What games do you think deserve to be on here? This list will definitely surprise you. This is Super Game Ghost, and you're watching the top 10 best rated PS1 games. Let's start.
Number 10.
Tekken 3 is a fighting game that was released in 1998. Tekken 3 is widely regarded as one of the greatest 3D fighting games of all time and a landmark title in the Tekken series. The game features a variety of attack moves, combos, and special moves unique to each character. It introduced new gameplay mechanics such as sidestepping, which added depth to the combat system. One of the most notable features in Tekken 3 are the several unlockable characters and modes that players can access by completing specific tasks or meeting certain conditions. My favorite feature in this game is the seamless transition from fight to fight, which really reduces downtime between fights, making losses to your friends or the computer much more bearable. Moby Games ranks Tekken 3 at an 8.5 out of 10.
Number 9.
Metal Gear Solid is an action-adventure / stealth game released in 1998. Metal Gear Solid follows the story of Solid Snake, a retired soldier and former member of the Special Forces unit Foxhound. This game is known for its innovative stealth gameplay mechanics. It emphasizes strategic thinking and careful planning over direct confrontation, although players have the option to engage in combat if necessary. Metal Gear Solid is renowned for its cinematic presentation and storytelling. The game features extensive cutscenes with high-quality voice acting, cinematic camera angles, and dramatic music, enhancing the overall immersive experience for players.
I'm here to save you.
Metal Gear Solid received widespread critical acclaim upon its release and is considered one of the greatest video games of all time. It has had a significant impact on the gaming industry, influencing other developers and inspiring numerous sequels, spin-offs, and adaptations across various media. Metal Gear Solid's score is 8.53 out of 10.
What's wrong? Snake! Snake!
Number 8.
Resident Evil 2 is a survival horror video game released in 1998. The game is set in the fictional town of Raccoon City, which has been overrun by zombies and other mutated creatures following a viral outbreak. Players assume the roles of rookie police officer Leon S. Kennedy and college student Claire Redfield, as they navigate through the zombie-infested streets and uncover the dark secrets behind the outbreak. Like its predecessor, Resident Evil 2 features survival horror gameplay with a focus on exploration, puzzle solving, and resource management. The game incorporates elements of action and suspense, with limited ammunition and health items adding to the tension. Resident Evil 2 is often regarded as one of the greatest survival horror games of all time. It has sold millions of copies worldwide and has been credited with popularizing the survival horror genre in the gaming industry.
Fine, but I'm coming back.
The game has been remade
Just
for
hold
modern
on.
platforms, further cementing its status as a classic. Resident Evil 2's score is 8.56 out of 10.
Number 7.
Vagrant Story is an action RPG released in 2000. This game is the second Square title based in the world of Ivalice, which was first presented in Final Fantasy Tactics. As such, the aesthetic and art style of Vagrant Story closely resembles FF Tactics. The gameplay combines elements of action-adventure, role-playing, and strategy games. It features a unique real-time battle system that emphasizes timing, positioning, and tactical decision-making. The game also incorporates a deep weapon customization system, allowing players to craft and upgrade their equipment to suit their playstyle. Despite its initial commercial performance being somewhat modest, Vagrant Story has since gained a dedicated fanbase and is considered one of the hidden gems of the PlayStation era. Vagrant Story remains a beloved and cherished part of gaming history, remembered for its unique style and memorable experience. Vagrant Story's score is a 8.59 out of 10.
Number 6.
Gran Turismo is a racing simulation game released in 1997. Gran Turismo is renowned for its focus on realism and its simulation-style gameplay. The game offers a wide selection of licensed cars from various manufacturers, each meticulously modeled and simulated to replicate real-world performance, handling, and physics. Furthermore, players can customize and tune their vehicles with upgrades and modifications. The game offers several different game modes. The primary gameplay experience is the simulation mode, where players progress through a series of races and championships to earn credits, unlock new cars, and advance in their racing career. Gran Turismo received resounding critical acclaim upon its release and is often credited with popularizing the racing simulation genre. It is also the PS1's all-time best-selling game at an estimated 10.85 million copies sold worldwide. Gran Turismo has since become one of Sony's flagship franchises, spawning sequels and spin-offs on multiple PlayStation consoles and establishing a dedicated fanbase worldwide. Gran Turismo's score is an 8.6 out of 10.
Number 5.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is a sports game released in 1999. I was first introduced to this game via a demo version which was included with my Pizza Hut order. Thanks, Pizza Hut. I must have played the demo version hundreds of times. The game was super addicting, and I eventually, like millions of other kids at the time, picked up skateboarding myself. Anyways, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater got great reviews upon its release and was praised for its addictive gameplay, responsive controls, and innovative level design. It became a commercial success, spawning numerous sequels and spin-off titles across multiple gaming platforms. The game's success helped popularize the extreme sports gaming genre and solidified Tony Hawk as one of the most iconic figures in skateboarding culture. Tony Hawk's score is at 8.62 out of 10.
Number 4.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a side-scroller released in 1997. The undisputed king of Metroidvania games. This was the first Castlevania game I ever played back in 1998, and I've seriously been obsessed with everything Castlevania ever since. Everything about this game was perfect for me, and I now tend to gravitate towards games that resemble SOTM. Unlike previous Castlevania games, Symphony of the Night introduces non-linear exploration and RPG elements to the series. It is often credited with popularizing the Metroidvania genre, which is characterized by open-ended game progression and the gradual acquisition of new abilities to access previously inaccessible areas. Castlevania Symphony of the Night received widespread critical acclaim upon its release and has since become a beloved classic among fans of the series. It has inspired numerous sequels, spin-offs, and spiritual successors, as well as other games that have adopted its Metroidvania-style gameplay mechanics. Symphony of the Night remains a timeless masterpiece and a cornerstone of gaming history. Castlevania's score is 8.64 out of 10.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
Number 3.
Final Fantasy IX is an RPG released in 2000. I was a huge fan of Final Fantasy Tactics, FF7, and 8. But sadly, I never got to experience Final Fantasy IX as a kid. While recording footage for this video, I was actually very intrigued by this game's art style and story. So hopefully I can explore this game some more in the near future when I have some free time. Anyways, Final Fantasy IX follows the journey of a young thief named Zidane Tribal and his companions. It retains many of the traditional elements of the series, including turn-based battles, exploration of expansive worlds, and character progression through leveling and abilities. Final Fantasy IX got positive reviews upon its release and is often regarded as one of the best entries in the series. It was praised for its engaging storyline, memorable characters, richly detailed world, and nostalgic homage to the classic Final Fantasy games of the past. Final Fantasy IX has since become a beloved classic among fans of the series and remains a cherished part of gaming history. FF9's score is at 8.66 out of 10.
Number 2.
Final Fantasy VII is an RPG released in 1997. In Final Fantasy VII, players follow the journey of Cloud Strife, a former soldier turned mercenary, as he joins forces with a group of rebels known as Avalanche to oppose the corrupt mega-corporation Shinra Electric Power Company. Final Fantasy VII received critical acclaim upon its release, praised for its ambitious storytelling, innovative gameplay mechanics, and technical achievements. It won numerous awards and accolades, including Game of the Year honors from various publications and institutions. It is also the second best-selling game on the PS1 with about 10 million copies sold. Final Fantasy VII remains a beloved classic among fans of the series in the RPG genre, with a dedicated fanbase and enduring legacy that continues to captivate new generations of players. This was the very first Final Fantasy game I've ever played, as well as one of my first RPGs. It was a truly momentous journey playing FF7 as a kid, and I still consider this game to be one of the greatest video games ever made, no matter how many times they butcher it now and in the future. FF7's score is a 8.68 out of 10.
Number 1.
The number one best rated game on the PS1 is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Seeing this title at the top of the list is kind of a surprise. Not exactly the game I expected to see. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 built upon the gameplay mechanics established in the first game. Players can choose their favorite skater and customize their appearance, skateboard, and attributes as they progress through the game. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 also introduces the ability to create custom skate parks using the game's built-in level editor, allowing players to design and share their own unique skateboarding challenges. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 received a ton of positive reviews upon its release and is often regarded as one of the greatest sports games of all time. It won numerous awards and accolades for Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe.